Hello techies. Welcome to our brand new video series focused on helping you get the most of your experiences in life. Before we start the video, let's know about Upptalk. Upptalk is a live, interactive platform for software training, furnishing robust personalities who could take on universal business platforms.
So steps can be designed to be in sequence or in parallel. Now, the first type of step that we will talk about is an action step. An action step allows either the assignee to update the transaction or it can trigger a sub-process. Okay. Now, what is a sub-process? You may want to note it down. What is a sub-process? A sub-process is another business process that is triggered from one main business process. You did that as part of your assignment 3. You remember? What was the business process you triggered from the higher business process? Then you did the compensation assignment. Proposed compensation higher. The proposed compensation higher. Yes. So if I talk on the perspective of the higher business process, then the proposed compensation higher is a sub-process because the higher process triggered that particular business process. Okay, and in that business process, there can be some other steps in the proposed conversation business process. Okay. So if I did another process from within a business process, we call that as a sub-process. Okay, so an action step is used to update the transaction. For example, when you did the proposed compensation higher, right? What all did you do? You made sure that the compensation package was there, right? The allowance plan salary was there. The compensation grade was selected, right? You ensure that all of this happened, and then you went ahead and assigned a salary, isn't it? We entered a salary information in that particular action in the action step. So Logan McPhee had that action steps. You went ahead and assigned something in this salary component. So what did we do? We actually enriched or updated that transaction, right? So if you want to do that, then it will be an action kind of stuff, right? Where we are updating or enriching the transaction. Now contrast that with an approval kind of step and approval step. In an approval step you view the information, but you cannot change it. I mean, the approval cannot change it. Okay, think about this. Let's say you have applied for a leave for the 15th of April. May not be the 15th, maybe the 18th of April, right? Yes, applied for a leave and your manager looks at it, changes the date to 18th of May, and then approves it. Is it possible your manager changes the date by himself or herself and then approves it? No, what can the manager do? Let's say you applied for a leave on 18th of April. So what can the manager do? What are the options here? She has. He came in my project. Decline. You can approve. You can reject. Decline, yes, what? Or maybe propose a new date. Absolutely. So you can send it back for revision. You might say that, yeah, we have some other important work going on. So eating in print may not be possible. Why don't you take the next week or maybe the 25th, right? So he might ask you for a revision. So he might approve it here. She might think that, yeah, eating is fine. There is no impact. I'm fine eating. You are a group or here? She might outright reject it, saying no, we are not going to apply any leaves now. There are many other people who have already applied. I cannot go out to leave till you canceled, right? Or the manager may be considerate and manager might come up and say, okay, I might not do it on the 18th, but you are trying to take a leave on another day, right? For the manager. Whoever has the approval task can basically do 3 steps. 1. They can approve, they can deny, or they can send back for revision. Okay, but they cannot change the data. That's the underlying. They cannot change the data and approve, right? We all understand that. We all agree to that. So the approval step is like, the approval step will allow the assignee to view the information, but they cannot change it. They can approve, they can deny, or they can send it back for revision. Okay, now this is the middle thing, is the approval chain. The approval chain is the type of task that we can use to configure approvals that travel up the organization. Let's say you need 2 levels of the rules. Okay, 2 levels of approvals are needed. Then what can you do? You might create 2 approval tasks. Write approval by manager, approval by manager's manager. Or you can make it 1 step and use the task type as approval chain. In that way, what happens after the first line? Manager of first line. Approver approves it. It automatically creates the task for the second level, manager's manager, for example. Okay, so approval chains are in that way they're very smart way of getting multiple approvals in the same for the same task. Now how much further in the hierarchy village? Keep going, manager, manager, manager. Managers, managers, manager, and so on. Will it keep going up the hierarchy? It will, unless you define a stopping point. Okay, it will keep going up in hierarchy unless you define a stopping point, and you will see an exit criteria. Okay, let's say 2 levels of it: manager, manager's manager. That's all 2 levels, and then you are done. You might go for 3 levels and so on. Exist, it will get 3 levels. If it doesn't exist, it will get not it. So we can use that for the hierarchy for getting multiple levels of approvals. That is an approval chain. Now let's say first level approves, second level rejects. Then what happens? Is it still considered to be an approval? Or is it a denied? It won't be an approval or deny. First level of those second level denies, and that, okay, denies, then it will be denied. Yes, it will be denied, right? If the second level denies. Yes, it is the moment you have it denied. That means it is the end of the story. End of the process. Okay, the business process is complete. The status is now a status as cup is marked as completed. The business process ends. There will be no further step in the business process the moment somebody denies a business process. Okay, again, important point if somebody denies a business process, end of the story. Business process will immediately complete with the status of tonight. Okay, no further. No more questions. No more discussion. Okay, so in that case what happens is if, for some reason, the manager is not okay, but the approval is not okay to approve, then what we recommend them to do is, please send it back for revision if you want it to be changed. If you do not agree, yes, that's a different story. You can get it canceled, but if you want it to be changed, then send it back for revision. Do not reject, not deny it. Then we have another type of task, That is, consolidated approval. Now, what does this? But that's only related. Approval allows you to combine multiple sub-process approvals into a single step. Okay, so this actually is aimed at efficiency. It's actually useful for making the process very efficient. Now, let's take an example for them. So let's say that you are doing the hire process right. And